Well, thank you, Toastmaster. Actually, the number 7 speech that Tom gave today, it's like a final exam, but it's not. It's when you matriculate in Toastmasters, you gradually work through the system and work on various skills. And it turns out that in the number 7 speech, in addition to researching your speech, you're expected to use all the skills you have developed so far. So the speaker is to select a subject of importance to the audience that requires a large amount of research. The speaker is to collect information from numerous sources and carefully support points with specific facts, examples, and illustrations, rather than with just the speaker's own opinions. The speaker is to incorporate what he or she has learned in previous projects about purpose, organization, word usage, body language, vocal variety, as well as suggestions that other evaluators. In other words, everything you've done to date. That's the challenge for speech number 7. So it's a tough speech to do. And Tom took the approach of narrowing the focus of the speech basically to one idea, and that idea was breaking the tradition of the traditional banking, which was the subject of the speech. And as far as how well the topic applied to the audience, I think it did that very well, because we're all interested in banking, we're all interested in loans and paying off loans, and here we heard a newer way to do that. As far as researching the topic, Tom, again, he limited himself pretty much to this one company. And the research that he did do relative to the one company was very thorough and complete. And he supported his main points with specific examples from the company of how they focused on borrowing and on lending and some of the rules and so forth. So it was very thorough as far as this information, and I'll probably go home and look up the website and see what it's all about. And I don't need a loan right now, but you never know, what you're going to need. The support material was certainly there, and again, that's fully supported the ideas that this one company had for non-traditional banking. Now, one of the questions is did the speaker vary the types of support material? And not really, because the way Tom did the speech, there wasn't an opportunity to do this, so I can't really say that, well, you should have done something a little different, because you focused on one area, one company. You were clear as far as the purpose of your speech. You wanted us to look at different ways of banking, and you used this one example to get the point across. Perhaps if you've used many examples, we might not have focused quite as well as perhaps we did. And again, relative to the specific example that Tom used, he was effectively organized. Now, we really didn't have the advantage of using body language and vocal variety in any great extent, because the subject and the way he used the subject didn't lend itself to it, to flamboyance, shall we say. So there really wasn't any need to do that. I would have liked to have seen, given the topic of the speech though, Tom, maybe some other examples, or maybe a general start that here's how the banking system works today. Here's an idea of the changes that we're going through right now. Here are a couple of companies that are doing blank, blank, blank. Be more general rather than focus on just one company. But good factual information, and I look forward to your next speech.